through the use of stimulus money. It was a hit. Now, I know some of you think that members of Congress wake up trying to figure out how to spend your money. Nothing could be further from the truth. We respond to trend lines. And the overwhelming requests for government spending comes from local government, hospitals, and colleges and universities. Now, why is that important to the example that I'm going to use? Well, the private sector looked at the Berkshires and the hill towns and said, it's too expensive for us to do the wiring. We can't do it and return a reasonable profit. Gotcha. They are not in business to lose money. So I asked the governor, along with John Olver, we said, with the stimulus money, isn't this an opportunity to wire the hill towns and the Berkshires with the very basic thought that I'm about to offer? Are you telling me that the children that live in Chester shouldn't have the same opportunity as the children who live in the Boston suburbs to engage high-speed internet access? That was the argument. So I sat in Otis, Massachusetts about a week ago, and I watched all of these sixth graders in this beautiful little school interact via Skyping and their phones and their iPads. I watched them interact with a group of school children in Columbia. And the third party to the discussion was NASA, located at the Goddard Space Center in Maryland. All of this happened in an hour. So if you talk to your own children and grandchildren, you know the revolution that has occurred. So why wouldn't we all want to be closer to the customer base? You know why? Because the customers are online. Those of you who are making, developing, and selling product, you need to be online. And there's a great phrase, I teach at the University of Massachusetts and have for a long time. But one of the things that amazes me is the depth of these students because of the amount of information that's available. It's wild. Just wild. So all of these trends highlight the role that the knowledge-based economy is going to continue to play in the development of opportunity. Tom Friedman, who wrote this pretty remarkable book, I guess it's probably close to a decade now ago, which he titled it, I think, The Earth is Flat. Everybody in Washington read that book. His point was, you can do production anywhere. What you can't replicate immediately is knowledge, creativity, innovation. That's what America still does, and nobody is even close to catching up, despite what people say. The problem is that they use our intellectual achievement and quickly replicate the product at a lower cost. But nothing comes close to what we do in terms of developing the idea. And that only grows exponentially with the opportunity you have in terms of being in touch with your prospective customers. But you can't do it if you're not online. So I am fascinated that I use Google as a verb, and I'm astounded by what's happened in just the course of my lifetime. Where we've seen the changes that have taken place in the American economy. And the challenge for all of us with this new economy is, how do we lasso it for the purpose of extending opportunity here in America, because the rest of the world is simultaneously engaging it. Last point, when you hear the elected get up and tell you that globalization is going to retreat, all you have to do is talk to your children or your grandchildren. You can move capital to London in a matter of seconds. You can Skype anywhere in the world. You can have this conversation anywhere in the world. And guess what? The rest of the world pays attention to what America does and thinks. So thanks for allowing me to be part of this this morning. And I think what Google's doing here is not only well regarded, but much appreciated. So thank you all very, very much.